The problem was the backup delay in traffic in the northern metro area.
We recognized that intersection at Fair Oak was a very dangerous intersection.
When you have 4 lights on Highway 10 and the amount of growth, you're going to have congestion, and congestion was an issue.
Back in the late 1960s, Highway 10 went through the middle of our city and divided up our neighborhoods. We had a lot of concerns with disconnecting our local traffic based on the trunk highway, and so we voiced those concerns and said, we've got these issues,
The origin of this project really was recognizing the dangerousness of the roads, recognizing that the state of Minnesota wanted to make changes to improve the quality of life for those traveling in the corridor and to improve the safety.
The original vision for the corridor was mainly focused on the interchanges along the corridor, because that was really the problem, where we had semaphores, traffic signals along this corridor that was impeding the traffic from free flowing.
One of the big problems we were trying to solve was, yes, there was a transportation problem out there, and we will get into that. There was also the lack of resources to address that.
And it gravitated towards discussions of perhaps maybe the city of Anoka should be the lead in this project.
Our reasoning really behind the whole project was that we wanted to be in control of some of the decisions that were being made. As a city, the city of Anoka could recognize that changes were happening along that Highway 10 corridor, and we really wanted to be making some decisions that were in the best interest of the city.
If the city of Anoka doesn't do what the city of Anoka did, that project's still in limbo. They took the torch and they led the parade.
We got together as a group to work together and figure out, how do we solve this problem? We've got issues with major traffic backups on Highway 10 that's affecting people wanting to live in the northern metro area and people wanting to do business in the northern metro area.
And everybody, I think, in the region, whether it was public or business, had heard about this for so long that they knew it was coming. And they have questions. And so the open houses that gave people the opportunity, the Zoom meetings.
Neighborhoods, we had meetings with business owners, we had meetings with the state of Minnesota, with planning, with development, with design.
When we started this process, it was really refreshing to see really basically everybody lay their cards on the table.
The problems are at our front door every day. We had a reminder every day that there was a problem here that we needed to solve.
So there were times that we felt like we had stalled, that we weren't going to make the progress we needed to make, we weren't going to get the accomplishments that we really needed and wanted. But to keep pushing, to keep planning, to hire consultants, and to just prove that there are options to this that can satisfy all of us as invested partners. There were some options that just weren't workable for the city of Anoka. We didn't want to agree to that kind of a plan.
With a project that goes this long and is this complex, there are always points in there where we're going to disagree. And the important thing is we figure out a way to get to agreement.
Bolton Menk came up with 13 different design options. 13. That really showed that, we're looking at every little aspect we possibly could for Fair Oak, and we presented those to the businesses, we presented those to the local residents and got input from them and said, what one works the best for the city of Anoka?
And the feedback from neighborhoods really were to maintain those connections.
We knew that funding was going to be the critical element of this project.
And Anoka helped that charge to help make that happen.
Once the city took this project over from MnDOT, there was opportunities for the city of Anoka to capture funds that MnDOT wouldn't have been able to access. And so Bolton Menk was instrumental in finding the grants out there. We applied for it and got it. And it was just one of those things that it just kept snowballing and snowballing. And it all fell into place, and it was wonderful.
Better transportation, it makes a piece of that puzzle that is life better.
It accomplishes everything we had ever hoped to have with this project, with connecting the community. This has been a really great project that exceeded everyone's expectations.
Hats off to all of the players. Cannot thank all of them enough, from the designers all the way to the guy that was helping somebody get through because they were lost trying to figure out how to get to where they wanted to go. Hats off and thank you to everybody.